Check. Oh,
Hello?
what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, brother? I don't know. I feel like I
Fancy meeting you here.
just showed up here. I don't even know what's going on. What?
Yeah, I didn't take 45 minutes to set this up to record, so
Me
it's
neither.
weird that we would
No.
just bump into each other here. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been progressively going and starting a Zoom call in the hopes that you'll show up at the same time as me, and I guess this is that one time. So,
And as long as people don't understand the mechanics of a Zoom call, that's totally plausible that this would happen that way.
Don't look it
so.
up. Definitely don't look it up. So,
Oh, I guess what we're trying to say is
yeah, we're back.
we're back, bitches.
We're back, bitches, and it's good to be back. So
Wait, pause for the inevitable cheers and applause that are happening in the cars and places people listen to.
oh my gosh, I hear it. That's yeah.
Oh
It's
man,
nice,
we're
it's
here.
nice.
We're ready to party. So
It's been a while, dude. Do we still remember how to do this?
judging by no, we definitely
No,
don't. But
no.
we're
This
gonna
skit
give
is-
it a shot.
This skit is nailing it perfectly. So I think we're good.
Literally, people are like, they should have just stayed. They should have just stayed gone.
Yeah.
But
Somebody
but we're
right
not.
now
We're
is
here.
exiting the fucking video. Like, I hate these fucking idiots.
So do we. So
right.
just we all agree. That's perfect.
You want to start? You want to start the show? Just get it going.
Let's get it.
All right. Enjoy, guys.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
Man, feels good to be back, dude. Honestly.
Honestly, I feel like we've never left. I mean, other
I
than
know.
the constant bitching that I've heard from our 4 fans.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's nice to be wanted, I guess.
How
but
dare they like us? You know what the fuck?
Like, people weren't sure where we went, and nobody really wanted to like just come out and be like, at least in my world, never wanted to just come out and be like, where the fuck is the podcast? People would just be like, oh my god, that's we got an egg special, and by the way, when are you guys gonna record again? Is that a
when's this the
thing,
podcast?
or what's
Matt's
happening?
like, so I don't want to bring it too far down, but you know, I've been dabbling with some crippling depression. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been just sticking my toe in the water, trying it out a little bit, and it seems like I like it. It might be sticking around a little, but so with everything going on in the holidays, we got away from it. But Matt was like, listen, you little bitch, okay? I don't care about your mental health. Record a fucking episode before you don't even need health because you're dead. I'm going to kill you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
It
one
was-
way to put it.
Yeah, it was maybe smoother than that, but I was
that's-
like, yeah, we should do it.
At least he cares. That's really nice. Jared's
Yeah,
asked me
I
a
mean
few
it.
times. Chris Graham has literally, like, while at work, has just been like, "What's going on?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
not sure yet. You know, I'm like, we
Yeah.
haven't talked. We've been busy. I mean, obviously, but we're back now.
Yeah, we're in the building.
Feels
Two
good.
Ooh, welcome back! It feels good, doesn't it?
It does feel good.
We were saying we look a little different, huh?
Yeah, Robbie's got a
little-
full-on, like, full beard going right
Look
now.
at that. It's better. I've been shaving it because masks, you know.
Yeah.
But I work from home, so for the last couple weeks, and I had to stay away from the public for a few days.
Sure.
And so I was like, I'm just gonna let it be.
Yeah.
You know, beard people say that if you like trim it too much or shave it, you'll ruin it, unless you have just like a beautiful full beard since you were 11 years old.
I don't even think
But,
mine's beautiful. I've met somebody this week who has the most manicured. It's impressive. Honestly, somebody mentioned his name to me, and I don't even know him. Barely met him, but the first thing I said was, "He's got a fucking banging beard."
That's
And
a great beard.
The other person was like, "What?" And I'm like, I pay attention to dumb shit like that. I was like, I don't know. It's
were they
amazing.
bearded?
No, not that person.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It was interesting, but no, it looks good,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Thanks.
you look like you're going to beat somebody's ass. Like,
Yeah.
clean
I am.
shaven Robbie is like theater Robbie. This is backstreet bare knuckle brawl.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say Backstreet Boys. I was jazzed about that too.
No, they would
even
never
though
let you
NSYNC is better. So what?
I mean, we've already debated this, but
they don't have a Joey Fat one. Okay, like they need a big boy on the roster. But
I agree. Man, what's been going on though? I mean,
dude. Should we go all the way back?
I think the last episode was Araceli, I think.
Yeah.
And I've just been taking a little bit of like solace in the fact that maybe she thinks that she killed our podcast. And that didn't happen, Araceli. It wouldn't happen.
We're still alive, Araceli. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
you didn't sneak us into Mexico and almost get us murdered by the Mexican police at the border. Like your husband, Araceli.
Statute of limitations, man. I don't know if it works.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have put it out.
Just redact that part. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, man. I had this whole setup. I took because we were going to record one when I went on vacation to Punta Cana.
Yep.
Which was awesome. I just have never been a huge drinker, at least not ever like back-to-back days, really. Maybe a couple times in my life. Yeah. And I was drunk for like 5 days. And by the last day, I tried to have one drink with like lunch. We were getting ready for the day. Mm-hmm. And my kidneys were like, nah, you're not going to do that. And so I just stopped for the last day. I was like, I'm going to just appreciate this beautiful weather without any alcohol because my body is messed up. So, but it was nice. Yeah, I broke my phone like 2 days inoperable. The screen didn't work. I couldn't do anything with it. So then I was, I couldn't talk to anybody. And obviously couldn't record a podcast, unfortunately.
Sure.
I really felt like that vacation was for me, and I didn't want to share it with you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would be lying if I said that this last 2-month break has not been a little bit of like I can finally like kind of do something that I want to do that doesn't require exposing all of my hidden fucking truths and insecurities to the fucking public.
Basically it was nice not to have the heavy weight of this daunting responsibility every week. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like there were like I think the first missed record that we had, like maybe we were just like busy or something. Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's no big deal. We got Christmas coming up. It's not a big deal. But then like Christmas happened and I was like, man, it's been nice to just fucking chill and like not have to like rack my fucking brain for like a funny anecdote to like lie about on air.
Exactly.
Like that's but it does feel good to be back, honestly.
Yeah, I missed you, brother. It's nice. Lots happened. Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah.
You get any
what?
You get any good presents or anything?
I got some presents from people back home. So people like ship things to us and it was very cool. But what people don't understand is that I am irresponsible with my money and I buy everything that I want when I want it for the most part. So like people are like my dad and my mom, everybody's like, what do you need for Christmas? And I'm like, nothing. Like I don't need anything. Honestly, I have too much. Like just nothing, but I obviously appreciate everybody's niceness, but
fuck you guys for buying him Christmas presents.
There is a moment where you open a gift and you're like, I told them I didn't want it and I definitely don't want this. That's two things that I said to them. I
didn't need a can opener who plays like a ringtone version of the Macarena. Do you know what I'm saying? While it opens my can.
Honestly, the moment that you profess your fandom for something, you'll just get that forever. Like, I'm a Star Wars fan, sure.
Yep.
Cool. Sue me. Forever, I will get fucking anything with a Star Wars logo on it that somebody thinks that I don't have. They'll send it to me. I've gotten a spatula in the shape of a fucking stormtrooper's head. Yeah. Like just a lot of things.
That's the right shape. That's the right shape for.
I mean,
for special,
so.
Sure.
I think Steph's sister Sam went through something similar. She like one weekend was like, I think frogs are cute, And then just forever, people were like, here's frog mittens and frog pot holders and frog fucking salt shakers and like just constantly frogs everywhere. So
I have never once bought anything for Elise, my ex, other than some sort of elephant. Like if I see it to this day, if I see an elephant, I'm like, I'm conditioned. I'm like, should I buy that for her? I'm like, no,
for real.
She doesn't want it. She doesn't fucking want it.
When we first started living together, Steph and I were like, oh, owls are cute. And we got like 3 sets of owl salt shakers, and we still have them. And literally one day we had like a get together with a bunch of people, and we were like, we have an announcement to make. Stop it. No more owls. We thought they were cute in the summer of 2010. That's it. Quit it.
My sodium levels are through the roof just trying to eat all this goddamn salt out of these fucking owl shakers.
How many salt shaking sets do you need? I only need one. I mean, I barely even use the one, but so we got some gifts and it was really nice. We were basically just chilled. We went to a buffet out here actually for lunch. And it was like,
don't say the word.
It's like a Christmas, casino buffet. And they had something I've never tried before. So I love crab legs. Crab legs are fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of work, but if you're a man and you don't care about your fingers bleeding all over your food, you just take care of it. They had crab legs on ice. So like cold crab legs.
Yeah.
And I've never had that before. And technically it's the same food, but somehow the fact that they were cold just totally killed my boner for the rest of the rest of it. It was weird.
Yeah, I could not agree more. When we went on vacation to kick it back, we made a pit stop in Boston. Marino and I, we planned the trip together, and I was like, cheapest flights possible. So there was like 2 connecting flights on the way to Punta Cana and 2 on the way back, maybe 3 actually. I think on the way there it was way too many. By the end of it, I was like, I'm just going to pay the extra money next time for just the straight flight. But we had an overnight layover in Boston. So we were like, okay, well, let's get out there and experience a little bit. Yeah. So we went to some like chain that's actually pretty nice. And I got a crab roll instead of a lobster roll because I like crab way more than lobster. Sure. I don't know if maybe lobster is just disgusting like most seafood, but crab's delicious. So, but it was cold and I expected it to be hot. And it took me a good 4 or 5 bites to even be able to like be okay with eating the rest of it. But I wasn't going to not eat it because it was on garlic bread and
but I was just like bummed out. I was like, if you're going to have crab legs on ice, you got to have hot crab legs too. Cause nobody's going to eat the ice ones. So anyway.
And so you were like, may I speak with the manager, please?
No, dude. There was so many people working this like Christmas Day, buffet thing that like the moment your drink was like empty, they were like, and what did you have? And I was like, Diet Pepsi or whatever it is. Yeah. And this guy, I swear, dude, he was getting paid by the hour for sure. Because every time he went to like grab a drink or put it down, he was like, and here is your beverage. It just fucking took fucking like 10 seconds to put it down. And like, it's awkward when it's like, he wasn't just setting it like at the end of the table. He was like, and right in the middle of the butter tray. And like just blocking everybody's food.
Either you grab it or I'm putting it right on your fucking plate, asshole.
Exactly.
He wanted to get home to his kids. He was trying to get fired. He was hoping someone would spill it.
Probably, dude. Those people probably get tipped pretty well too at that place. Yeah. Did you have any New Year's shenanigans or anything like that?
Sawyer and I got a cheese plate, an adult Lunchable. Nice. Nothing fancy, just like some pepperoni, that is.
Yeah.
Cheese and crackers. We got some sparkling grape. He got to drink a root beer.
Man. Is
Big
that his
time,
first root beer?
Dude. No, he's had... I let him have a root beer float over the summer because he was being good or something, which I think that's the last time he didn't argue with me about something, bro. I swear to God.
Sure.
Listen, you ask him, he's the fucking smartest person in the goddamn world.
Oh,
he's the best basketball player. He's the highest jumper. He finally went to school, and this kid named Jaden is faster than him. And
I wonder why.
Okay, don't start already. Okay. But he's like, Jaden's got to be the fastest guy in the world because he's faster than me. And I'm like, bitch, I will dust you in a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
You're as tall as my nipples. Okay,
oh, man. Kids, man. I remember distinctly when I was his age telling my mom that my shoes made me faster because they had like a little bit of like mesh on the side. I was like, Mom, see, the air goes through the shoe.
You press down on it and it shoots you forward.
I'm sure my mom was just like, shut the fuck up, please.
Well,
stop it. Like,
to be fair, and we've
don't
mentioned this,
physics.
But I'll never let this let you, I guess, live it down. This is something to be proud of. But you were the fucking fastest person on the planet for like 6 years of my life, for sure.
It was, at least in the greater Lake County area, probably for sure.
I've never felt that. Like I have never run a 4.940. You probably
I think at one point I was almost embarrassed to be way faster than most people. like if we had like a group race, I was like, I better fucking put the reins on because
you're just chilling at the front.
Yeah, like I'm gonna feel uncomfortable when everybody else isn't even excited for me. They just act like I'm some sort of mutant that has like quads of a man as a fucking 12-year-old.
You do have a wide trunk for sure. You would we'd finish the race and Tony Herman would be like, "What the fuck, Jordan? You can't slow down one day. Just let me win." That gazelle.
Yeah.
But anyway, we stayed up till 1 a.m. We played some video games.
Like real 1 a.m.
Real 1 a.m. Dude.
Wow.
He wanted to stay up till 2, but I was like, nah, we're staying up till 1.
That's ballsy. I'm pretty sure we were in bed by 10:15.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Now I have to cater to a young child who's still excited about this shit. I'm like, yeah, tomorrow's going to suck just as bad as today. I'm ready for bed. But he's like, oh my gosh, let's eat some nerd rope and fucking count down from 30. Whippity-doo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just went to Kristen and Jared's house and watched a movie at 6 o'clock. And then we left their house by 8:30. Nope. Not yet.
God, step it up. I'm gonna end up talking you in someday. This is gonna happen only because I've brought it up so many times. So you're welcome, Jared.
No, we I think we watched Ghostbusters. Or maybe Ghostbusters 2. Which, man, those movies are fun. But they're not great movies. I hate to say that because there's so many people that are because it's a cult following.
No,
they will never look at it objectively. But
how dare you say that, bro? Bill Murray's in that movie.
The physics don't make any fucking sense. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, we watched that new Ghostbusters that came out. The Afterlife one.
The girls or the boys?
The boys. So
wow,
I've seen the girls one though before too.
No, you're a piece of shit, bro. Don't even pretend.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were just in bed by then, and it is what it is, man. I don't know. I'm at that age where just going out just isn't a thing. If somebody's gonna have a party, maybe I'll go. But I'm not gonna go to a club or a bar or anything like that, especially just with the climate that we're in, and I don't need to be a part of some sort of thing that happens that I might not make it out alive.
Hey,
I don't want to deal with it.
Once again, you are the safest you possibly you're the most protected you could be.
Yeah.
From a disease you've already had, which I guess doesn't make any sense because you got it. But
just a quick update. Definitely got it again, which is super fun.
COVID-22.
Man, it was really funny though. Steph wasn't feeling well from a Friday into going into the next week. And I, because obviously we live together, she was like, you're going to get sick. And I was like, I'm not going to get sick, fully knowing that I'm going to get sick.
Yeah, of course.
So 2 days later, I can start to feel a little scratchy. And I'm like, shit, Monday we go to work, Tuesday go to work. Steph had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday afternoon. she had tested negative for COVID with a home test.
Okay.
So when she went to make the appointment, she was like, I'll just get some antibiotics or whatever they say. But because of their protocol, they tested her again, and she tested positive. So we still had one more home test. So I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to go home and test myself because I'm not feeling too hot. And like Steph said that her home test was negative. So like the line wasn't clear enough to determine whether it was. Mine was like, you're fucking pregnant. Dude. For sure. Like it was like the darkest fucking line possible. And it was within like a minute. You're supposed to let it sit for like 15 minutes. And like I showed Steph, I'm like, unless it disappears, I'm pretty sure I have like COVID. Like I'm pretty sure I'm in trouble here.
It's so funny you say that because I got COVID as well a couple of weeks ago. Spent like a whole week in my basement, which was kind of nice. It's like a cave down here. It's awesome.
Sure.
And I haven't gotten it yet, but it was like, so Sawyer joined a basketball team. We can talk about that later. But that Saturday we go to practice, and then we get home, and I drop him off at his mom's, and Elise calls me, and she's like, Sawyer has COVID. And I'm like, that guy's fucking breathing in my mouth most of the time. You know, he's like right up in my grill.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just back up a little bit? And so I knew I was going to get it. I started to feel scratchy, same thing. So I waited a couple days because I didn't have to go anywhere. I just isolated and was like, we'll see. I'll let it, because I didn't want to waste the home test.
Yeah.
Because everyone and their mother got COVID for the last 2 months, so there's no tests left.
Yeah.
And same thing. I took the test and I folded it over and pinched it. And within a minute maximum, bright pink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. Well, we'll see if it goes away, but it looks like I definitely have fucking COVID.
For sure, dude.
The Omicron.
What was really funny about it though is like I wasn't feeling great. Was obviously now I'm concerned. Like, do I have to go to work? Like, what's going on with that? You know?
Yeah.
The moment that it came positive, and I texted my boss and a couple other people and just said, hey, I just took a home test. What does this mean? You know, and they were basically like, stay home. You have to get a lab test to prove that blah, blah, blah. But you just got to stay home for 3 days basically. And we did it on a Tuesday. So I knew that I was going to have like the entire week plus the weekend to just chill. And the moment that I fucking knew that, I swear I became like, I was at like a 60%. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling great. Let me take this test. But the moment that I knew that I didn't have to go to work and I could just be a baby, I dropped to a fucking like 7%. And I was like, I'm cold. And I had like, Steph wasn't feeling good either, but I was like, can you get me another blanket? Like I had the chills really bad all of a sudden. And it was like, my body was like, you have permission to fucking just sit here and wallow in your own fucking misery. But
exactly,
I slept forever for like 2 days. I woke up at like 11 and I was like, I gotta take a nap at 2. Like I was exhausted.
That's not even from COVID. That's just because you're fucking probably exhausted from working 13 hours a day for the last year and a half.
That might be, but I don't know. It was nice to just chill.
It's
for a
probably
bit,
COVID.
but
let's be honest.
I still have a little bit of like a tiny cough, like, and a little bit of like a cold feeling, but I feel way better. So I went to work this whole week and tried just not to touch anybody. So, which is pretty easy if you're just not a weirdo. But
it was not that bad to stay away from people. Obviously, I work from home, so that was nice. I could just chill and work. But there was a couple days where I was just like, I feel working from home, I probably could be okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, I better take the last half of this day off to recover. I better, because sitting down on my computer is resting, but laying down watching TV is like really resting.
For sure.
I took a little time and relaxed a little. It was nice. Glad to be done with it. Well, done with it for now. I feel like every time a new variant comes out, we're going to get sick, and every single time we're going to be like, now we're really safe. Like, I've had the first one, I've had the second one, and the third and the fourth one. There's no way I could get COVID again. That's it.
I know people that haven't gotten it or maybe have been asymptomatic, but the whole time I'm like, what the fuck what do I do? I just go home. We go out for dinner like once a week.
Steph's fault.
I don't lick any telephone poles or anything that I would be like, yeah, that's gonna give me some problems.
Telephone poles.
Yeah, you know how people do that.
Yeah, I heard there was in the telephone pole licking community. COVID has been running rampant.
I meant light poles. The telephone poles,
the same thing,
super splintery.
Hey,
no, I'm good.
You got to be careful though, because telephone pole licking and light pole licking, they're two different communities.
Yeah,
and honestly, a little disrespectful that you would kind of I don't want you to mispronounce their personal
the pronouns.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're such
okay.
a jerk. But yeah, I haven't licked any poles recently either.
Yeah, not me for sure. But
For
I don't
sure.
know. Like, I don't know where I would have gotten it. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Now we're super safe and we can have fun, which is nice.
Yeah, I've been eating better, like starting from out of COVID, because I'm like, I don't want to get that third variant and then be even more unhealthy than I already am, and then I might die. Like, I don't want that to happen. Like, all these people that are like, it's just a flu. I totally get that, but people that have comorbidities, I don't want to have any. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be Lance Armstrong and just lie about winning the Tour de France 7 times or whatever.
You're gonna have to pop one of those testicles out, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah,
I had the same thought. I was like, everyone's saying that it's not a big deal, but most of the people that are dying are of the fat as fuck variety. So I was like, don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that section where they're like, if he just would have put down the double Whoppers and the chicken fries, then he would still be here with us today.
There's somebody that we know from back home that actually just passed away. He was like 57 years old.
Oh, dude.
And I don't know exactly what the situation was, but I just remember thinking, like, man, 57 is not that far away from where I'm at right now. And
that's how old my dad was, man.
Yeah, like, that is scary for sure. I just want to be around more. I have more podcasts to make.
Seriously.
Yeah, so I've been doing that. I'm like a week in, feeling good. Also feeling kind of annoyed that I can't have whatever I want to have, but it is what it is. It's no big deal.
Listen, bread is just like a convenient, carrier of food to your mouth.
For sure.
Sure, like when I'm in a car, I can't take out my double Culver's cheeseburger with no bun, which makes it healthy, obviously.
Yeah.
And like eat it with fork and knife, Yeah. Even the lettuce wrap gets a little juicy because the bread is like a perfect sponge of butter and sorry. But like you grab that bread and you can eat, your 4 or 5 McDoubles on the way home.
Yeah.
Do you ever, this is going to be super fat, but like, if you ever go pick up food, or you ever like, okay, if I were you, okay, Steph wants a chicken sandwich with fries and a Coke or whatever. And you're like, and then I'll take a big burger with fries and a Coke and 2 McDoubles to eat on the way home. So that way I'm already a little full when I get there. You know what I'm saying?
In this scenario, Steph's not with me.
No, you're like picking it up and taking it home.
I've definitely done that for sure.
Yeah.
But when Steph's with me, is I order like chicken nuggets and then I pretend,
do you want a couple nuggets?
I pretend that they're for Albus.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like, well, I mean, he enjoys them and it's a little treat for himself.
Sure.
And then most of the time I don't even eat them, and then Albus is like, what the fuck? Are we gonna give me some? And I'm like, we'll save those for when we really need you to do something for us.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I'll be like, hey Sawyer, you want a couple chicken nuggets? He's like, yeah, I'll have a few. I'm like, I better get the 20 then, just in case. Give me the 20 piece and the double quarter pounder, $6 deal.
We have a Chick-fil-A out here that we go to, randomly. But because we go there, it's not really convenient for us to go to them. Steph will be like, oh, let's get dinner or whatever. But I also want to order like a salad for tomorrow for like lunch or something like that. And then I'll do the same thing. So, dude, when we order our fucking meal from the drive-thru and they read it back to us, it is the most embarrassing fucking thing. Because she's like, okay, so we have a chicken sandwich deluxe with a fucking Coke no ice, blah blah blah. We have a grilled nuggets deluxe, blah blah blah. With this, we have a Caesar salad with a whatever. And then she's literally she just reads off the entire thing, and then she's like, okay, a total of $74.95. And I'm like, oh my god, like
seriously.
This lady's probably like, what is this? What are these two people doing?
I'm not gonna say that sometimes, and because here's the thing. Okay, I'll jump in here too. I've been eating healthy for a week too. I don't know why we're on the same cycle. Yeah, like we're menstruating at the same time, but
we're
got
menstruating in a literal way. Like men straight. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because we're men. I totally get it, but same thing. But before that happened, especially like the day before I started, because I was like, it's my last day. I got to celebrate with one last binge, right? Eat as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I'm not above, if I'm ordering DoorDash and having them leave it at the door, I'm not above ordering a second drink just so they think that it's for two people. You know what I'm saying? Like get a Coke and a milkshake. I'm like, maybe I'll have one now, one later, but
that's
probably
hilarious.
both now. Oh man, I've gotten big. I jumped on the scale, and after vacation and like being in the sun and not wearing a shirt for like a week, I was like, oh, I'm sure I didn't eat that much. I ate pretty healthy because we were on the beach or whatever. Probably lost some weight.
Yeah,
absolutely not. And if I did lose weight, then I'm afraid of. I'll say it like this: I'm close enough to 4 bills that I almost was like, should I just get there to say that I was? You know. Like, should I just...
When I got my car, I was like, I'm going 97.
Yeah.
If I just fucking hiccup once, I can fucking get up to 100 just to say that I was there.
Just to be there, you know? So then you can be like, yeah, I was 400 and I lost 215 pounds.
Yeah.
That sounds way better than whatever I actually am, so...
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Here's to us, right? Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
like,
cheers.
Let's do it. Let's fucking.
Cheers
to
us,
go.
my friends. I don't
I've
have
been
any more Crystal Light. So
this year I have one resolution, and I don't normally do that shit because it never matters.
Exactly.
I wanted to read more.
Okay.
I like reading, but that's
a good resolution. That's good.
Never do. Like I did. I had like a year where I just fucking devoured books, and I felt like better about my life because I knew things that were in books.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking nonfiction. I'm talking young adult, Harry Potter, fucking Hunger Games, like that kind of shit.
Yes, dude. Yes.
But I don't know. It's like fun. The one thing about those movies, though, but the books is that they have movies associated with them, and sometimes they just don't connect as well.
Exactly.
So I read Ready Player One, which you have said you've read, right?
Yeah, I love that book.
So I saw that movie when it came out, and I was like, "This is a fun movie." I don't know.
Yeah.
Side note: my dad told me that book is awesome.
Yeah, he would love that book.
Yeah, so he told me it was awesome, right? So I'm reading it, and for some reason, because my dad said it was awesome, I'm assuming this was written in like the early 90s or something.
Yeah.
Long time ago. But I'm reading, and there's like words like website and posting and online, and I'm like, how the fuck did this guy know that we were going to call all this shit this? And I'm like, did we get these words from this book? Like, is this book more popular? So I look it up. It's written in 2011.
Yeah. And
so I call my dad, and I'm like, when the fuck did you read this book? When would you have had time in my life? Was it in the middle of the divorce? Was that what was happening? Were you reading during that time? Like,
he needed some comfort.
I was so confused. So once I knew that
was there for him.
Once I knew that, I was like, all right, whatever. It's no big deal. But if I would have just kept going, my head would have exploded because I would have been like, how the hell did they know that happened? You know?
Yes.
But anyway, so I finished so I see the movie. It's a fun movie. Finish the book, and then I want to watch the movie again. And that fucking movie is still fun. It's a fun watch.
Yep.
It should not be called Ready Player One.
Dude, it's just they have like similar themes, you know.
And that's even like tiny
like,
bit.
Exactly. I read the book first, but there was some time between when I read it and when the movie came out. There's a couple years.
Yeah.
So when I saw the movie, I knew it was different, but I was kind of like,
were you in my dad's book club with him? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it must have been him and Marino is what it was, because Marino read it, but you know him, like, if he likes something, he doesn't want anyone else to know about it.
Sure.
So he's reading this book, and he keeps telling me how awesome it is. And I'm like, can I borrow it when you're done? He's like, yeah, sure. Sure you can. So every now and then I'd be like, did you finish Ready Player One? And I'm pretty sure he had finished it already.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, almost done with it, man. Almost done. Until finally I just like, he left it on the table one day. I read it in like a day because I think I'm a pretty good reader.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's the ADHD. It's like either I can't focus on anything or I can only focus on one thing.
Sure.
So I'll just read for like 17 hours straight. I'll read through the night until 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I read through and I loved it. Movie was good. And then I reread it and I was like, on the plane like 2 years ago or something like that. 3 years ago, 2019, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. This is way better than the movie, dude. It always is.
I told Steph because she didn't read it. We were watching it, and I was like, the first 10 minutes go by in the movie, and I'm like, actually, the planet that they're on is Ludos. It's one of the things that they don't really mention it, but whatever. Like 30 minutes later, I'm like, I'm done telling you the differences because there are too many differences. This isn't even fucking
I'm
close.
trying to listen to the movie. You're talking too much.
I was like, his friend H does not own a fucking like motorcycle repair shop or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this movie. And I was thinking, like, if I was the author, Ernest Cline, like, for sure that movie probably helped his sales and whatever, so it's probably a good thing in the end. But I would have been like, what do you mean you're going to make a movie? Really? Oh my God. It's going to be nothing like it. Okay, awesome.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Sweet.
You're just going to use the name Wade Watts and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's that movie that made me want to have sex with cartoons though, but like recently I've totally been into that. What were you going to say?
You got an Artemis thing? Is that what it is?
Huh? That pink skin, bro. I don't know. Anyways,
so I've read that book and I read the first Harry Potter book because Steph is wanting to read all of them because she never has. Yeah. So I'm 2 books in, bro. This year, and it's pretty good. I told Steph we were watching because we finished the first book and we watched the first movie like right after, and she mentioned something because she knows like cursory knowledge of the rest of the story, obviously from the books. I mean from the movies, but she doesn't know like the fucking super minute details of the rest of the
stuff
story.
You can put in a book rather than the hour, 3 hours of the movie. Yeah.
She's like, doesn't he do that at like the very end? And I was like, yeah, it's something similar. And I was like, yeah, it's been a long time. But I was like, you know what's really sad though? We're legit like 8.5 months from that moment being read by either one of us. Like, these fucking books are so fucking long. We're in trouble. Long. We work full time. This is gonna be a hard fucking sell.
They
for
just
us.
got bigger and bigger and bigger, dude.
Yeah. So
I read the 6th.
I'm trying to keep her up on it though. Really?
Nice. Yeah. I don't know. I had read 1 through 4 when I was young, and then I got away from reading them because the movie started coming out or something. I don't know. I got lazy, and someone had the 5th and the 6th one, and I accidentally started the 6th one and got like 100 pages in, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that? Like, what do you mean, Order of the Phoenix? Like, I don't. What are you talking about?" That's hilarious. So then I went back and I was like, "Well, I'm already 100 pages in," so I just finished the 6th book.
Oh my gosh.
And then went back to the 5th one and read through it, and I was like, holy shit, the 6th book makes so much more sense now. These things that I needed to know.
That's hilarious. I should just do that. Just skip to the 7th, then go to the 2nd, and then to the 6th. Just kind of back and forth.
5th, 4th. Yeah, you should for sure. Ended on Cedric Diggory,
Yeah.
Lights out, buddy.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I didn't say what happened.
Hey, listen, that's all I got for like, let's get caught up. I mean, I'm sure we'll hit on some other things, but if we want to stay somewhat in the same vein that we were in, I think it's time for...
You ready for some mind-blowing facts?
Yeah.
That's a fucking cool fact, man. Well, I just real quick before we get there, I have an accordion now.
I see that.
Pat gave it to me for Christmas / my birthday. I am 32 now. I joined the old man club.
Yep. I've been
wish
there
me a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Hey,
fucking
listen.
Wish me.
I called you on that day and I said, happy birthday. And then you were like, we're never recording again.
That is what I said, yeah. Because that was my New Year's resolution, but I figured, at some point we would do it again. But yeah, I tried to look it up. I can't find this accordion online. Like,
really?
I've looked it up everywhere. So either it sucks or it's awesome, but it works. So it's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to do facts this week.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're packing, but I'm interested in my
It's a
facts,
semi-interesting thing. For me,
yeah,
that's all it is.
Well, I mean, you go first. I'm like excited, so I want to hear yours. You go first.
I just looked up, amazing facts or whatever, and like the 15th one said something that I was like, that's good enough to be our first podcast back from a long time off.
Sure. Yeah. Nothing special like us.
The Philippines. Do you know about the Philippines?
The Philippians. Corinthians?
Fallopians is how it's
pronounced.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, fallopian women are great singers and they're beautiful.
This was the fact that I read. The Philippines consist of 7,641 islands as like
Jesus.
And it's called an archipelago, which is like a bunch of islands.
I heard Les Stroud say that today. So,
oh, really?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a lot of fucking islands.
That's a whole lot of islands.
Like 6.
Say it again.
7,641.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So, like, if you had like 6 islands, I'd be like, that's a lot of islands. Like Hawaii, how many islands is that? 7?
I have no fucking idea. 5, 7.
If it's anywhere near 7,641, I'm gonna be like, those are the Philippines because that's
crazy.
Yeah. So
how is that even possible?
I don't know, but I'm assuming that like when the tides go down, there's like a tiny pebble that like sticks out of the rock or from the water, and they're like, check it off.
Island. That's an island.
This is an island right here.
So we'll call that one P.
Well, I looked up further because I was kind of interested in this. More than 5,000 of them are unnamed. So I think we need to buy an island and just be like, that's Two Fucking Idiots Island.
I think so. I think for sure.
I don't know. So I looked up a few more things, and there was like a list of like 10 important things about the Philippines, and I read 3 of them, and 2 of them I've already said. But this last one,
shut the fuck up.
This last one kind of made me think I know why the first one exists.
Yeah.
It's the only Asian country that's mostly Christian, which is kind of weird. 86% of the people that live there are Roman Catholic. So they already believe in imaginary bullshit. Why wouldn't they think that islands just appear and fucking show up?
Yeah. They're like, there's probably like 500 or 600 islands over there. Let's just map it. It's fine.
Yeah. So that was my semi-interesting thing. I don't know.
Praise be to God.
I'm just gonna look at a map. Is it just like buckshot on the fucking like map? It's just like dot 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 all over the fucking place. Or?
I work with a friend who's from Yap. Have I mentioned this before?
No, I don't think so.
Lamb's Farm. I thought it was a fake place. Like, I don't mean that disrespectfully.
I've
had these.
It's called
YAP. No.
It's WAP.
No, it's a Yeti ass pussy is what we're talking about here. But no, Yap, it's an island near Guam, kind of over like near Indonesia.
Sure,
it's like in the Indonesian area.
Yeah.
And it's so small that you can't, like, I Googled it, and you have to zoom in on your phone like 6 times just to see the island.
Really?
It's like this. Yeah, it's like the size of Chicago. I feel.
Why
like,
is he here?
Floating in the middle of the ocean.
How did he get here?
I don't even know. So it's a couple. It's two sisters and a brother.
Damn.
And they moved out here first, like Utah, all over the country, and ended up in Lake County. I think they had family out here or something, but that blows me away that someone in a place that I didn't even believe existed when I first heard about it could live around here.
Yeah.
But these islands, like, she grew up in the middle of the ocean. They did, I guess. She would tell me stories of she fell out of a fucking coconut tree and her dad picked her up and ran her into the ocean to like help her breathe again. I was like, that's not real. You're lying to me.
This is the plot of Moana. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, how far we'll go.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Disney movies, bro, because we don't talk about Bruno. Whoa. Yeah, that's so interesting and that's crazy. I would love to go to the Philippines because literally, and I already kind of made this comment, but I've never met a Filipino or Pina, a Filipinx, I don't know, that can't just sing beautifully.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Danielle should have been the lead singer of our band.
Oh.
But she's got a little white in her, so it's like possible that she, you know what I mean? That might have watered down the talent a little bit.
Yeah. White
She's
people
going to hear
suck.
this, so I don't mean that like in any offensive way. Your dad's amazing, so. Yeah, dude, that's super interesting. Mine's a little different. I mean, did you have anything else about the Philippines?
No, other than that, it's hard to spell the name Philippines.
Yeah. Do you think the Philippians in the Bible are from the Philippines? Do you think that's kind of over in that like way far? I don't know geography that well, but
yeah, I'm not really sure exactly where it is either. It's just a bunch of. If I ever see a bunch of islands, I'm gonna be like, "This is the Philippines. This is what it is." Because
if it was them, they were like, "I know why Jesus liked them." They were like, 24 karat Jesus in the air tonight.
How are they mostly Catholic? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Christian, you said Christian or Catholic, Jordan?
Well, it said Christian, but then it said 86% are Roman Catholic.
Fuck all that shit.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Well, I mean, if we're being honest, probably some oppressors came in and
white people.
Yeah, and like pillaged and raked slaves.
That's like steps 1 and 2 in the white people handbook.
That's
like, what's going on over there? I don't know. They're just having fun, being their own thing, having a bunch of islands, and they're like, we need to put a stop to that. You
believe in Jesus now. Everyone that can
just
hear
pull
me.
a Captain Phillips, and you just fucking. I'm Jesus. I'm the religion you need now. Anyway,
I'm the spiritual guide that you need now.
All right, go ahead.
So my fact is a little different, kind of. One of the things, and I've mentioned this in the past, but now that I work from home, I watch a lot of videos and movies and stuff while I'm working, just to kind of, you know what I mean? The same way if you're listening to podcasts while you're working or whatever.
Yeah.
And I found this guy called Bright Sun Films, who does a series called like Abandoned. He's got a series called Bankrupt. His name's Jake. I don't know. And it's so interesting. I didn't realize I had a weird kink for this, but like seeing old ski resorts that have now been abandoned because of something bad happened, or if, and a lot of it has to do with Disney, because Disney over the years has opened and shut down a lot of different parks within their park. You know what I'm saying? As times have changed over the years. But back in 1976, they opened their first water park. I'm just kind of, this is so interesting to me. I wanted to kind of just like talk about Disney's first water park because it's a video that he had. And so I did my own research on it. And it's just so cool to like see these old dilapidated buildings and then to see videos of when it was in its heyday.
Sure.
And imagine, like, for example, Six Flags almost went bankrupt a couple years ago. In Gurnee. Do you remember?
Oh, really?
I believe so. Great America.
Gotcha.
And they fought their way back and everything was fine. But imagine if just for 10 or 15 years, no one went in there, right? It was just like a little time capsule. I think that's so fucking interesting. But
yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about this place. It was called Disney's River Country, and it was their first water park, and it opened June 20th, 1976. It was like off of a lake. So this was kind of before I think water parks were huge, right? There was pools with slides and stuff, but obviously Disney had the capital to take chances and make these crazy things. So
sure.
It was like near the campground, so they made it like a lake, like right off the lake. They dyed the water green and even used some lake water with like a special filtration system. So it was really like you were like swimming on the lake from the campground, but it was filtered water, and they had slides and zip lines or whatever. It was super cool to go back and see the videos of it. But unfortunately, in 2001, November 2nd, 2001, they shut it down because they opened a couple different water parks at Disney, and there was a couple deaths, and I think they were like anything with water, I don't know. I imagine that has to happen, right? Do people drown? So
I would assume, yeah.
The most interesting part for me is that 2 of the 3 deaths, which that's a pretty good run, I think, right? Like if we're talking about
76
20,
to 2001.
25 years, yeah. 3 deaths, that's not too bad. I'll take it, right?
Yeah.
But one of them is super interesting. So 2 of them were drowning, fucking idiots, okay, whatever. But hopefully their family members don't listen to our podcast.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they don't.
Yeah, probably don't. That's a safe assumption. But,
they were going to, but we took 2 months off, and they were like, nah, I can't stick around for this.
They were like, man, I really need a show that I can sink my teeth into to forget about the deaths of my family member in 1989, but unfortunately they stopped putting out episodes.
For sure.
But in 1980, an 11-year-old kid contracted an amoebic infection of the brain from the lake water, from the water that they brought in, which they knew like it was like a warm lake in Florida. So this amoeba has attacked other people, but they thought through their filtration system they could, take care of it. But they didn't get held liable because it's happened other places in Florida and not just at Disney. But yeah, that was a big blow. That was the first death too. So we've been open for 4 years. Everything's great, except if you swim here, your brain will eat itself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Eventually they shut it down, and it as well as the campground, and they're building a new hotel there that'll open it's supposed to open this year. But like, when you go back and like see these videos of how crazy and successful it was, and then you see these videos of the empty pool, and just like no sign of life, it's so
like
creepy.
Graffitied or like
some places, not at Disney because I think it's locked down, and
sure
on their property it's massive, and you know what I mean, you have to travel through their property to get to their own places.
Sure.
A lot of these places, though, like there's casinos that were built in Las Vegas and then never opened, like billion-dollar projects that never happened, and those places get graffitied up. Old mansions and stuff that just gets...
Every once in a while on Reddit, somebody will post like a picture of like an abandoned mall.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is creepy. I don't know. It's just something creepy about it is weird.
Bright Sun Films. Not that he's ever going to know that we gave him a shout out, but
we'll tag
if you can just, check it out on YouTube. It's really, really cool. It was right by Discovery Island, I think is what it was called, but that's also, it's an island too, so you have to take a boat to get there. But there's people that have gone out there and videotaped it. Yeah, it's out. It's one of the 7,000 islands in the Philippines. Dude, it's just, it's pretty sweet, and I'm super into that shit. As we've said before, like I'll just get on a kick on YouTube and then watch every video possible. And I'm on
the same kick I've been kicking this fucking thing for like 3 fucking years. Police impersonators are the most interesting thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Like getting shut down?
Yeah.
Like where someone's like...
People like, for instance, there's this guy. I've never mentioned him on this pod before because I don't know. But there's a guy named Jeremy Dewitt, who literally you just type his name into fucking YouTube and there are just millions of things. He runs a
I'm gonna get sucked into this, aren't I?
He runs a like an escort, like a funeral escort service.
Oh, okay.
So like when people need to go to the fucking cemetery, they provide. But he dresses in like super similar police outfit. All of his motorcycles and vehicles are very similar to like police. He has lights and sirens and all this shit. And the thing that about it is so interesting is that he is the one who has like fucked himself over. He has like a body cam or a helmet cam, one of the two, that once he was originally arrested for police impersonating, they took all that footage and just charged him with like 1,000 things. And like there are so many videos of him getting arrested. He's a fucking prick too. Like he thinks he knows everything, and like dude, it's too interesting to watch. He drives like a fucking maniac too. He drives 90 miles an hour through the fucking thing. The whole thing is interesting. But anyway, yeah, I've been kicking police impersonators for way too long. A bunch of people like for some reason have red and blue lights on their car, and they'll like pull people over, but then they get fucking stopped because most cops I think will, if they see somebody that's pulled over, they will go and assist. Just because they're nearby, I'm assuming. I don't know if they've been told that or not, but there's a couple videos that I've seen where people are like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, I work for Lake County." And they're like, "Oh, that's interesting. Who do you work with?" And like, as the fucking lie starts to unravel, it is just, it's amazing, dude.
Love that.
It's so That's good awesome. To watch people fucking get in trouble when I'm not the one getting in trouble.
I've seen some like stolen valor videos, which are super interesting.
For sure.
But I've read some shit where like rapists are dressing up and impersonating police, dude. And the girl like called the police department because her mom taught her when you're getting pulled over to call dispatch and be like, "Hey, tell your officer I'm pulling over," or whatever.
That's
and
crazy,
they're like,
dude.
"Yeah, that's not our officer." That's so creepy. Yeah. I just read on TikTok. Check me out on TikTok, Bobby Riz. I just saw this thing. It's like a Reddit story, and then a guy with like an Australian accent is just narrating what people post. So someone will, like, why I love Reddit in the first place, someone will be like, name one time you killed someone legally in self-defense for whatever reason. You saw it, dude?
Yeah.
Wasn't that fucked up, dude?
Yeah.
With the shotgun, and she shot someone in half. Or he, I don't know if it's a he or a she, was probably like 12 years old. Yeah. Dude, that's... I've thought I had a tough life at points in my life. I'm a pussy. I did not. I'm good.
Yeah, you never severed somebody in half as like a 12-year-old because you were trying to protect your life and your sister.
Every time someone says, "I don't believe you," they have a flashback of fucking buckshot and someone to death.
Too much, man.
Jesus Christ. And on that note,
let's call it a day for this one.
This was awesome. I think we went a little long, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're like an hour in, basically.
Yeah, but I think that's good because, I missed you. I missed the peeps.
Yeah.
Hopefully they missed us.
I missed you. I missed everyone. I missed having this microphone, honestly. I missed being like super into it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
There were definitely some tough moments in this last year where we were just working. It sounds weird to say working, but we were just trying to do 2 a week, and it was fucking chaos and like really hard to keep up with. So having a little bit of a break has been nice, but it's been good to be back. So that being said, we're going to take a 3-month hiatus. We'll see you guys in June.
We'll see you guys in the summer. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you soon, all right?
Yeah, send us an email. Let us know you're still here, hopefully.
twofuckingidiotspod@gmail.com. I remembered that.
There you go. Yeah, I've only said that 1,000 fucking times this year.
Yeah, right?
Hey, today is actually the day that Steph and I closed on our house a year ago. So our first pod that we did was like next week, basically.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy
next year's our All right, well then it's our 1 year special, dude. We got to do something crazy. Send us your ideas if you want to see Jordan get pied in the face.
Yeah.
If you want to see Jordan like drink pee. If you want to see Jordan like put scissors through his hands, or if you want me to like eat a cupcake or get a massage live on air. Oh, I got my first massage. We'll save that for the 1 year.
All right, yeah.
Special because it got spicy, dude.
Nice.
It got spicy, bro.
All right, cool.
So,
all right, well, thanks guys for listening.
We love you guys.
We'll check you out later. See ya.
Peace.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two